So, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, thank you very much. So this is the meeting of December 20th at 5:30. This is the Parks and Recreation Subcommittee. We're going to talk about the dog park. My colleagues are here. We have City Councilor John Leahy and City Councilor Eric Gitchia. We also have with us our Assistant City Manager, Sean Machado, and we have with us as well Althea Dice Pierce. She's the Second Assistant City Solicitor. Thank you very much for being here. We're here today because we had a petition that was filed at concerns of residents that are concerned with the dog park and how they want to proceed. Should they have rules? They did have a presentation to us on the council of rules that they had put together, and I was very impressed with it. But as the laws state, this is a city property, so it would be the city that would have to put together the rules. We don't even have to put rules together, but if something is in place, it would be our responsibility to do that. But what you, and we had a lady who was here this evening, Marie Farah, who did a tremendous job. I know that people love their animals, and it's not everybody that has an animal that has a sufficient sizable backyard or property that they can, oh, I'm sorry. So let me just take a roll call. Sorry, Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Council Mercia.
Here.
Council Gitchia.
Here.
Council Leahy.
Here.
3 present.
Oh,
Thank you, Councilor.
sorry, thank you so much. You know, I know you don't want me to say that all over again, so pretend that I said it after the fact, that's fine. So anyway, so we're here this evening to hear from the petitioner again and see if there is a way that we can put something together with substantial rules. I just want you to know that I did call up certain towns to see what was happening there. And I called Drake and I indirectly spoke to Ann Vandal, but through someone else, and there is no dog park with rules there, so we... Okay, one moment. Could you just come up to the podium and say that so people watching could hear you? Go ahead.
Sure. There is no dog park in Drake. Where they tell people they can walk their dogs is the Veterans Park in back of Washington Savings Bank. And there is a dog park in Wilmington, and they have rules. I know my mother lives in Birch Heights in Derry, New Hampshire, and every time I go up there, there's a dog park there that's all fenced in, very nice. Our issue is that...
Could you just say your name and address for the
Marie
record?
Farah, and petitioner for the dog park.
Okay. Go ahead, Marie.
Okay. I know that Derry has a very nice dog park. I pass it all the time. And I haven't had the opportunity to go to Chelmsford's, but I've been informed that it's very nice. I've been to Wilmington's, and they're really good. I have 2 separate areas, one for the small dogs, one for larger dogs. And people seem to get along and so on.
In Chelmsford, do they have rules and regulations in view that people can see them?
Yes, they do.
So they do have something there. And Derry, do you think that they have
I think they do
posted?
too.
But Drake, we know, does not have anything, right?
No.
Because I checked too, you're right, none, okay. Did you happen to check with Tingsboro or any other surrounding communities?
As far as I know, Tingsboro doesn't have a dog park. I lived in Tingsboro for 11 years, and there was never any dog park there.
Mm-hmm. So what is your purpose to have, why did you file this petition? What is your goal here?
Our goal is to keep the dog park a clean, safe place for our dogs to go and play. There is a group of people that we had removed the pea stone because pea stone isn't safe. If it's rainy or wet, the pea stone is going to be very slippery. And when the dogs go to the bathroom on the pea stone, unless the pea stone's washed off regularly, the odor just gets absorbed. And if there's any bacteria in your dog's urine or whatever, it's going to could get into another dog's paws. And then, so it's not, and when it's summertime, that pea stone gets very hot, gets as hot as our sidewalks and streets. And we don't want our fur babies to have burnt feet. We've looked into different things: dirt, mulch, grass, sand. We have, those are inexpensive ways of keeping the area. I know the back part of the park does have grass. We're talking the immediate front part of the park. We did plant grass the beginning of the summer, and some of it started to come up, and then people started spreading the pea stone all over again.
Is this dog park that you're referring to, is this the place in Centerville on like the
Yes.
highway, First Street in that area there?
Yes, it is.
With that candy cane thing
Yep.
there? Okay. All right. So having said that, any input from my colleagues? Eric?
Good evening. I think it makes sense to have some kind of rules and a maintenance plan over there, but I think that the people who would have to put that together would be the city. So I think we have a dog and an animal control department, and I think we go to them and we ask them for what we're going to put in as a maintenance, what type of, whether it's grass, pea stone, whatever they're going to put down, should go through the city side and not have residents go putting stuff down there. Number one, we don't know, and I'm not saying this happened, but we don't know when people put things down there whether they meet certain standards that are environmentally friendly to anything.
Oh.
So I don't think it is a good idea to have any residents be able to put anything down on city property because it becomes the city's liability once it's down. So my recommendation would be to send this to animal control and to the city manager's office to come back with a plan on maybe renovating it. And you could work with one of those departments and try to figure out, what would work and what wouldn't work. But just to have residents, as you said, put down pea stone, that could be a major issue. And I'm not saying it is, I don't really know.
It is.
But going forward, it should be the city dictating the rules of that park, not residents. And if the residents want to have their input, they certainly can do that through whatever channel is going to oversee it. So for me, and I don't know what my colleagues think, this should be, since it's city property, it should be controlled by the city only. And anything that's put on there should have to be okayed by the city. And if there's funds raised or whatever, I'm sure the law department would agree with this, that it would have to go through the city before anything is put down.
Oh, I'm in total agreement with that. And actually, the 5 of us that have been working, we're all in total agreement with the city, providing the things, whatever it is, city putting it down. That's not the issue. There's other people that come in and they destroy everything that's been going on.
Again, anything that's put down should have to go through the city, and I'm not, this isn't really a forum where I'll go back and forth with you with, but even grass seed or anything that's put on city property should go to the Parks Board and should go to the city manager's office and should be vetted that way. So if someone is doing that and you see that, a certain call to the manager's office would certainly straighten that out, and they would get over there and say, you might have great intent, but it's not about the intent of the action on city property. It's about protecting the rules and regulations of the city. We don't know. They get this stuff from the landfill and put it there. I don't know where they're getting this stuff from. It could be cleaned up. We don't know these answers. So I just think that going forward, we should have rules and regulations over there. It go through the city manager's office, and he'll direct it to the right department to actually put it together for a function. And if you do see somebody doing that, I'm sure that Assistant City Manager Machado, who's sitting right behind you, will give you a number to call where you could call and they'll get right over there and straighten it out. And if it does need any rehab or anything, certainly the city will work with you in trying to get that straightened out.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Councilor Leahy?
Thank you. I agree with my colleagues. I think that there should be some supervision from the city in cooperation with yourselves and, the organization that wants to participate and help out. I always thought that there should be some source of water over there to hose down the field. It should be.
There should be,
It probably
yeah.
isn't now. But yeah, and like you said, maybe something in the idea of sand or something like that, which is very easy to maintain. We don't have to cut grass over there, easy to clean up, easy to hose down. So we should probably send this along, get suggestions from both sides, and then put together a plan to make the dog park the best that it could be over there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Madam Solicitor, would you like to weigh in on this issue?
Sure. Just in terms of developing rules and regulations, that's something I would recommend this committee refer to the law department to go through. We have been in contact with other municipalities regarding other parks rules and regulations, so I think dog parks also fit this mold and should probably go through the law department just to see, what other communities are doing as well and implementing rules that do make the parks safe for everyone else.
Thank you so much. I agree with that as well. I did pass out to my colleagues a little information that I thought was useful, and I'm not saying that what I passed out to everyone should be set in stone. You could put something in or leave something out, but these are the dog park rules that are prevalent in other places. Use the park at your own risk. Owners are legally responsible for the behavior of their dog or dogs at all times. Dogs must be leashed while entering and exiting the park. Dog waste must be cleaned up by their owners immediately. Owners must be within the dog park and supervising their dog with leash readily available. Dog handlers must be at least 16 years of age. Children under 13 must be accompanied by an adult and supervised at all times. Aggressive dogs must be removed immediately. Dogs should be under voice control. Prohibited glass containers, sick dogs, aggressive dogs. So there are rules and regulations. There could be even more rules, and I'm not saying that what I just said should be the norm. I'll let those that are more knowledgeable than myself, but we have before us a recommendation from the city solicitor Pierce, a recommendation by my colleagues Eric Gitchia and John Leahy, through a motion and something that reads, if I'm not, recommendation to propose a draft set of rules and regulations put forth by the city solicitor's office, and I would like to say in conjunction with animal control to come together and see what would work well. Councilor Gitchia, you have a motion. You want to read that, if it's similar to what I said?
Sure. I'd like to make a motion to send the dog park issue to the city manager's office to create a maintenance plan along with rules and regulations for use to be posted at the park.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Leahy. How does that sound, Solicitor Pierce?
Sounds like a good plan.
Although we're sending it to the city manager's office to recommend as well a proposed draft with a set of rules and regulations with the input from the solicitor's office too. I don't want to just send it to the manager's office and have him work on it, but I believe that the solicitor's office should have a hand in putting this together, probably with the help and input of animal control, since they'd be dealing with this as well. So if we could incorporate the partnership of all three, that would be fine. Roll call on that, Mr. Clerk?
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Getchia.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
3 yeas.
Yeas. Counselor Getchia?
I just want to thank you for coming out and bringing this to our attention, because I think it's an important piece that maybe has been overlooked for many, many years, and I think it should have been already developed. And I thank you for bringing this to the attention of the city council, because it is an important piece for everyone to live within certain recommendations and rules. Thank you.
And I don't want you to feel like you're not a part of it. You're the one that brought this up to allow us to stop and think that, yes, rules and regulations should be posted there, rather than have a free-for-all and think of what good things should be done, but yet there's no sign that says that. So it's good that you're bringing this to our attention. But if you can understand, we mean no disrespect. It's city property, and we're the people that are supposed to make the rules there.
Oh,
But
that-
you understand that,
Oh, I
right?
totally understand that. That's why we've brought it to the city,
Sure.
because we're all city residents. Mm-hmm. And we like bringing our dogs there.
Yes.
And, you know, we can't have a select few messing it up for the rest of us. There is a list of rules posted on the fence. And some of the rules are outdated, but one thing that I know you didn't mention in your rules is about dogs in heat, female dogs in
Yes,
heat.
it says it too. It says dogs in heat. It says
Oh, okay.
that. And contrary to what Councilor Leahy says, we don't mean in the heat of the summer. Do you hear what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, it is on here.
Oh,
I
okay.
just didn't read everything, but
No, that's fine. It's just, you know, we want it safe for everybody, and
yes, that's right. So thanks to you, you brought this up to our attention to get us off the dime to do what we could to make it safe and better for our animals. We have to protect those that can't protect themselves. So thank you
Exactly.
so much. Thank you.
you're welcome.
We'll do the best that we can, and we'll meet again with this issue, and I'll keep you aware of what we're going to do, okay? We're just recessing this meeting to a further time when the solicitor's office and the manager's office and animal control come back with a better set of plans and rules that govern people that are parents to dogs, and dogs, not cats, but
Yeah.
animals, yes. Thank you very much, Marie.
You're welcome.
All right, any further?
No.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion adjourned.
Thank you. All right.